Marvel Legends, the cornerstone of mediocrity. Okay, this is not part of my Nerdstash. This was a deal I found on Amazon. It was 15 bucks. I wanted a black cat in my collection. I'm not a huge fan of the original design. This is alright. I think this is pretty cool, so I went and grabbed it. You know, plain ass packaging. You know what the drill, whatever. But, you know, now at least I have a black cat, so let's bust her open and see what's there. Okay, and there she is. And first up, she's got those damn high heels that no woman can stand in. Is this single jointed or double jointed? Yeah, it looks like double jointed. Okay. She has double jointed arms. Cool. At least I figured that part out. She got this thing, which I'm sure is important to the game. I've never played the game. Don't care. To me, it looks like, yeah. Looks like something she'd have fun with. And open hand, kind of a claw hand. She's got a grippy hand here and a fist here. Not a great selection of hands. Her ponytail popped out in the package. I don't know if it wasn't securely in there, or if it was supposed to be that way, or what. Popped right back on, no big deal. I like the design here where it looks like she's got fur. That works for me. I like that there's some lines in here that break up the black cat suit, as it were. A little bit of cake. Plastic perverts. Anyway, she's a decent figure. I'll bring this in and bring the light up. I like that these, you know, it looks like she's wearing goggles instead of just a mask. I dig that. I think that's kind of cool. And, you know, it's transparent so you can see through it, Anyway, like I said, not my favorite Spider-Man villain, but I don't know, she just seemed like one I needed to have, and I'm trying not to say need. She seemed like one I wanted to have in my Spider villain, so I caved and got her. It's not a big thing, and you know, she's going right into storage for the time being, but she'll be out somewhere later when the move happens, which should be a few months away, guys. Not long. I'm gonna have to document that, but we'll get to that when we get to it. On with more stuff. Hey everyone, how's it going? I thought I'd go through my Nerdstash and show you what I got. Anyway, some Marvel Legends. As you can see, Giant Man and Wasp, Hank Pym, and Jan Van Dyne, aka the Avengers. Two of the founding members. And how are they? I never realized this pack was in that high of demand. I wasn't really looking for it. At the same time, you know, I do kind of dig that they had a regular sized Giant Man and Wasp. And out of the package, they're kind of look like what you expect. Now, let's start off with Wasp. I hate this head, this hornet head, but there is a nice unmasked head. So there's that. She's got her wings. She's got some open hands, because you know women can only have open hands and fists. That's the rule, right? But I think I prefer the unmasked head. I do have to admit, she gets a little bit of a giraffe neck there with that. And then of course her wings just do a very simple clip on the back. Now how do you know which wings are which though? Yeah, that's one thing. I'll take a look at a picture later. But you got a good early version of the Wasp. Giant Man comes with an alternate head, which makes me realize I could use him with my 1/18 scale as a Giant Man. Got some grabby hands. These things that we've seen a million times. A shrunken down Quinjet. Now that's kind of fun and original. And this little techie board thing. Are these terrible? Nah. I don't notice any gummy joints on them. Nothing to really stand out and say, hey, wait a minute. So these look alright, but, you know, I was surprised that this had such high demand because, I mean, it's like, they're not super popular characters. And I do think that maybe originally these were going to be tiers in the Giant Man campaign, and then they just decided to throw them out in a 2-pack because the lessons they've taken from previous HasLabs are, oh, you don't like characters, and it's not even that. It's that, you know, you're locking highly desirable characters behind the paywall of an item nobody wants. I am sure Hasbro will never get that. Anyway, I will say I'm kind of glad I got 2 of the original Avengers. At least. It was really a whim buy, but at the same time, and the price. One thing I've noticed nobody's talking about is, you know, these were at the higher price, but they had already been put out once. So it's like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing there. Yeah. And of course we could talk all day about tariffs and how those prices are not coming down anytime soon, or ever for that matter, because greed wins. Still, cool to have fun variations of characters, and yeah, I keep promising myself I'm not going to buy variations like this anymore, but there I am, I'm doing it. Well, okay, like I said, a whim buy, but I'm not disappointed in it. It's not the best 2-pack I've ever seen, but I've seen plenty worse. Looking at you, Destiny Rogue. Looking at you. I do need to point out, ooh, look, cloth. Marvel Legends did their second cloth piece, I think. I'm counting Beast and then that one, and both of them were lab coats. I don't think there's, oh wait, Dr. Doom had a cloth cape, yeah. Forgot about that. One Dr. Doom. So, yeah, 3 pieces of cloth in the entire line. This line stretches how many years? Wow. I know you're cheap, Hasbro, but come on. So next one is one I kept saying, I don't think I want to buy it. And then I was kind of like, well, they haven't done her in like a decade and a half. Don't think there's going to be a rush to do this character again. So I went and bought Red She-Hulk, which I freely admit is the time frame upon which I was getting really bored with Hulk comics because everybody was being a Hulk. And this was like, dude, how many... And I was kind of like, dude, how many Hulks do there need to be? I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. And it kind of was. I was getting a little annoyed. But then I thought maybe Master's Evil. She's got this alternate growly head. Fists, grippy hands, and size. I know. It's comic accurate, but still. I think this head almost looks like Peg Bundy. I mean, maybe it's the hair. I don't know. And I will say, thankfully, you know, she was brave after being attacked by the bear. Alright, it's a repaint of the gray She-Hulk, and they did a green one shortly after that. And so this isn't actually Jen this time, this is Betty, which I thought was a weird turn of events because Betty's a Hulk too, okay. Whatever. There's just so many damn Hulks in the Marvel Universe now. He used to be there was like Hulk and Abomination, that was really just it. And then all of a sudden it's like everybody's a Hulk. Hi! And it gets ridiculous after a while. Do I hate it? Nah. Am I a big fan of it too? No. It's like, I don't know. It takes turns and it's just, sometimes it gets a little out there. And, you know, it does make the Hulk kind of lose a little luster because the Hulk is no longer unique. I mean, at the same time, I understand having to have powerful enemies to fight the Hulk, so it's like, It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's you know, on one end I see it, and the other end I'm like, oh my god, getting a little sick of it, guys. And Red She-Hulk was about the point I was getting really sick of it. But I grabbed her anyway just to throw in the Masters of Evil at some point. Why not, right? I mean, can't hurt nothing. But yeah, I think if they do A-Bomb, I'm just gonna be like, no. No. So I know some people will go nuts for A-Bomb. I'm like, nah. I mean, you know, again, too much. But still, I mean, I don't hate the figure. It's not the best figure in the world, but I don't hate it either. The red's pretty bright. I mean, I was really surprised by how bright the reds were. I didn't see that in the promo pictures. But, you know, and again, she's red and angry. And does she do the fire thing like Red Hulk does? I don't even know. See? It gets to this point where all these characters kind of run together and you can't really figure out one from the other. Still, she has her uses, so she's in the collection. That's the way I'll leave it at. And then finally, the Abomination. Probably one of my favorite Hulk villains, just because he was one of the few guys that could stand toe-to-toe with Hulk, but he had his brain still. I thought that was nifty. Anyway, I was a little disappointed with how little he came with, though. He came with this alternate head, which is just him grinning. This ugly thing. He's got no fists, but he's got his claws are really prominent, so maybe that's why. I don't know. And he's a big freaking figure, because here he is with Hulk. And he's just a little bit bigger than the Hulk, which I think he should be. I do kind of dig him, though. I mean, he's fun. Is this the best Abomination they've ever done? I think so, even with these god-awful pins. I do like, you know, how they did spines on the back and everything. And, you know, he's got that bumpy skin that he has in the comics. This looks to be one of the later versions of Abomination, which I'm fine with. I'm cool with that. Yeah, fists would have been helpful a lot. But, you know, as it is, you know, I don't want to complain too much. A little bit of lowered expectations because it's Marvel Legends. I will freely admit that. Now, I've had to select one for years. And how did I lose it? That's some bitch. Oh, there he is. And the Marvel Select one is really cool. It is, but there's a couple of problems with it. One of them is proportions. Let's let these guys stand side by side for a second. And you can see of course, being in a different scale, that Abomination is much bigger, but man, the limited articulation on this guy really sticks out when you knock over Red Hulk, She-Hulk over there. Yeah, she's drunk. But, like, that's the limit you get out of an arm, which is not terrible, but it's not great. Like, getting in the way of my light, sorry. The arms don't go up very far at all because of the thickness. I mean, I will admit the Marvel Legend one only has a slight bit more articulation, but he does scale better with the Hulk that I have. I don't have a Marvel Select Hulk, so therein lies my problem. No, but I do dig this one. Now, and again, this comes up a lot. People say, oh, but single joints is better for bulky figures. Look at that ugly thing. Look at that ugly ass joint right there. I mean, look at his arms. Those are some fugly joints. It doesn't ruin the aesthetic. Well, yeah, it does. I can't get it back. Hold on. Okay. Now, with this Abomination, of course, now with this one I did notice some loose limbs. Now with Wasp and Giant Man, I found out they cannot stand on their own, and She-Hulk has some problems apparently too. Not as bad, but you know, they are Hasbro products. And therein lies the problem with Hasbro products. They don't know how to stand. But overall, I do like this Abomination. I mean, he's fairly comic accurate, more comic accurate than the previous ones they've given us. I don't have any of those, but I've seen pictures of them, so I know that they're not quite as comic accurate. And you know, just overall, I kind of dig the look. I think he's cool. Yeah, I mean, I would not give the figure more than a 7, but damn, it's a character they never do, and they're probably not going to do again. So, you know, that's part of it. I'll take it, because, I mean, I like the Abomination. I think the Abomination is freaking cool. That's it. I know next up is Professor Hulk, and then rumored to be Hulk 2099. I do admit, Hulk 2099, that's going to be one hard to pass up. But I'm not hearing too much after the Secret Wars wave. I saw a few of them. The Black Widow and Quicksilver 2-pack went up for pre-order, and I was just looking at it going, you know, it's just okay. I might buy that one if it goes on clearance. But, you know, if it never goes on clearance, I'm not heartbroken either. And that's a damn shame, because, you know, the price increases along with questionable quality. You never know what you're going to get with these. It's never cut and dry, because sometimes you might get excellent quality and it's like, oh boy, this is great. And sometimes you might get, oh, well, this is a mistake. Or that was a choice, or yeah, I mean, it bumps around and you never know exactly how it's going to go. You can kind of guess at it and hope for the best, but really you don't know. Hasbro's been all over the place with quality lately. It's like one wave will be excellent, one figure in the wave will be shit. Yeah, but of the leak lists I've seen, I think I'm getting ready to do a lull in Marvel Legends right after Secret War wave. I'm not going to swear my life on that, because you never know. I mean, they sneak a few in on you. But of course, you know, sometimes they sneak one in that you think you would go after, and it's like Champion and Star Fox. It's like, yeah, I would like to have the Champion, but, you know, Star Fox is kind of meh. Just wait on clearance. It's like that. There's a lot of those out there, and it seems like this kind of selection is what we're getting. It's like, you know, okay, well, I mean, not a bad thing to own them. Pretty decent. Nothing excellent. Ghost Rider might be excellent. We'll see about that one. I kind of can't wait for that one. But, you know, Abomination, again, my favorite Hulk villain. Just had to have him. There he is. I feel he could have been better, but I know he's been done worse. So, there we are. That's where we are with that figure. And this head sucks. What the fuck were they thinking? Alright, thanks for watching and enjoying and listening to my ramblings. Don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff, and you guys take care.